Hi, Daddy. I see you when you get home. Love you.
Alright, bye, sweetheart.
Bye, Daddy.
Hi, welcome to my channel, Everyday I'm Mothering. My name is Alicia, and today I'm going to be talking about the T-Mobile Timex Family Connect smartwatch for children. T-Mobile recently came out with this smartwatch, and it gives you the ability to call and text with your kids. You're also able to do location sharing. I've had it for about a month now, so I wanted to share with you our thoughts and how it's working for us.
When I first got the watch, I was super excited when I first got it.
So first impressions with the watch itself, it is a soft rubber material. It's durable, it's got a little bit of weight to it. It is fairly big, especially when you're putting it on smaller children, but I don't have any concerns with durability of it. Now initially the color, you can see it's only this one color option. My children were a little disappointed in that. As far as the setup of the watch, we did run into some issues, and from what we've researched online, it sounds like it's a common problem between T-Mobile and Timex. It was activated with T-Mobile, but after you scan the QR code, you're supposed to get an access code. We never got that code. So we had to talk to T-Mobile, we were sent to Timex, and Timex said that the watch hadn't been activated or something in shipping. So they told us to wait 48 hours or go to the store, call back, but nobody really seemed to have a clear answer. It actually took 72 hours, but we got an email saying that it had been activated, and after that, we were able to scan and set it up. So that was definitely a little frustrating at first to have to go through that, and hopefully that's a kink that they maybe have worked out by now. But if that happens to you, know it's happened to a lot of people, and you can just wait. I know some people were sending the watches back to get another one, but ours was solved in 3 days. Watch itself is charged with this little charger that came with it. It just sets down on it and charges. A little light comes on. While this is pretty easy to charge, it just sits down. That is a disadvantage, that it is a specific charger for the watch. So if you are out and about and the battery starts to die, it can be difficult to charge. You're on an outing all day, it was gonna be a crowded place, we wanted to have this capability, and it was dying. The battery does not necessarily last that long. So we had to take this, get an adapter, plug it into the car, have this inside, and then the whole time in the car, because the car is moving, it came disconnected and wasn't actually charging. So not a deal breaker, but also not awesome. The watch is really easy for kids to operate and figure out how to call their contacts. They just have to push the button and it will call. And they can also easily text. They can either use a keyboard, or you can actually do custom presets of the phrases they may use a lot, which is really helpful for those who are still working on spelling or just quickly need to text.
I didn't understand the keyboard because they weren't in alphabetical order when I'm texting, but it also takes a long time. But it's also easy because it has these words put down, like I love you, yay, I'm ready. So that way I don't type in I'm ready, and so it's pretty easy to use when it has all of those words.
I also really like that the watch allows kids to just leave a voice message instead of having to text, which my daughter will use a lot. It's a lot quicker and easier for her sometimes. Then they also have tasks and rewards, which we don't really use, but I could see that being useful. Then of course it has games, which I wasn't thrilled about. I would rather it not have it since I don't really like her having access all the time, but at least they're educational games for the most part, but we still try to limit those, especially for battery life as well. We really wanted it for calling, for messaging, and location tracking. We've been fairly happy with those things. One thing to note with messaging is only able to message through the Timex app. It doesn't come to your phone with the rest of your text messages. So that can be a little bit frustrating to have to go to that app, Every time you get an alert, it is a little bit slow to open that up to be able to access it, to text her back. We've also had some issues with the app itself. It crashes often, or when we go to open it, it no longer recognizes my information. I have to close it out, restart it, and suddenly my stuff is populated again. But that is frustrating when you're in the middle of trying to communicate. With the phone, you are only able to set up guardians and contacts, and they are very locked in on what they're able to do. We would like to see some flexibility with that in the future, but for now, contacts can call, guardians can call, text, and do the location tracking. However, you can only have one primary guardian. So be sure whoever is going to be the main person communicating or whatnot is the one who first signs up with the app on their phone, because only that primary guardian can call them when it's in school mode. We'd also like the ability to have them be able to message contacts instead of calling. For us, that would be more desirable since calling can be a little bit more disruptive during our school day, but as of now, you can't do that. Hopefully that'll change, and hopefully you'll have access to actually see text. She's still at the age where I really want to have a lot of transparency to what she's doing on the phone, so I would like to have more access with that. One feature I do really like on the watch is this SOS button. They're able to hit this and it will alert your guardians, and it will set off a loud noise. This is great. Say they're out in a crowd and someone tries to grab them or whatever, they can set off this button. So not only are you alerted, but everyone else around is alerted that there's something going on here. There's some kind of issue. Now, there's also the ability for them to send you their location. So that's another good option if, say, they don't want to set off a loud noise or alert someone that they need to talk to you, or whatever the situation is where they just don't feel comfortable calling or setting off that alarm. They can hit that location. You get a notification that they're either not where they're supposed to be or there's some type of issue. So I like both of those.
You can also call 911 just in case of an emergency. Like if your mom falls down the stairs and your dad won't answer, you can call 911.
Yeah, okay.
Glad she has a plan there, I guess.
Watch does come with the ability to set school mode. They're not able to access the other features of the watch except for calling that primary guardian. Now that's great when it works, but we have found that sometimes when the watch is supposed to be in school mode, it's not, or when it's not supposed to be, it still is. Again, it's great when you can set it for specific days, specific times, especially for us. We homeschool, so Elena is often in different tutorials, different times of the day, ballet, gymnastics, those type of things that I really like being able to customize it for. But just like today, she was in tutorial class, we tested it several times, and it never went to school mode. Even when I verified it with my app, after it crashed, that it was working, it still did not actually work. So maybe that'll be fixed soon. Hopefully. Overall impressions, it does what we needed it to do. She can call, she can message, we can track her location.
And when you go outside the house, I really like it that you're able to still text your mom and call your mom.
Does it have, all the bells and whistles, the color? Does the app work perfectly? No. But again, it's only been out for about maybe 2 months now at this point, 2 or 3 months. We've had it a month. So we're still hoping that that's gonna get settled out. If I was able to pick from several watches, would this be my first choice? Probably not, but am I gonna keep it? Yes, for $10 a month on our plan. It does what we need it to do. She enjoys it. It's easy for her to use.
Glad I have my watch.
We will more than likely be getting one for my 4-year-old as well within the next year. She's really hoping that they'll be purple or pink, but we'll see. So I would recommend, if you need a watch, you're with T-Mobile, you need this ability to communicate with your children, it definitely does that job. Not thrilled with it, but it does the job and she enjoys it. If you do have this watch or you're thinking about getting it, comment below and let us know what you're liking about it or what you're most looking forward to. So that is our review of the T-Mobile Timex Family Connect smartwatch. Hopefully you found this helpful. If you did, give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel below.
Bye.